All right, so for numbers 15 and 16, we are going to use synthetic division on this known factor to find the depressed polynomial, which will probably be a quadratic, and then we need to factor the quadratic to find the other factors. This sounds really complex, but it's, believe it or not, pretty easy, because a lot of the work that we did for this was on the previous page in learning synthetic division. So let's go ahead and do some synthetic division here. Here's the thing that we're dividing out, x minus 2, so we set that equal to 0 and solve x equals 2. So that's the number that's going to go in the corner. Let's put up our coefficients. 1x to the third, negative 2x squared, negative 4x, and then positive 8. Under the 8, we put our remainder box, and then we go through the algorithm. So the 1 drops down. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. Negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. And we have a remainder of 0. This is actually should be expected that we should get a remainder of 0 because we're told that this is already a factor of the polynomial. So we should get a remainder of 0. From a theorem we're actually going to learn in a little bit, I think. Wait, do we cover the notes? I don't remember. Well, whatever. But that's one of the rules of if you have a factor, the remainder is going to be equal to 0. All right, so now for our remaining polynomial, since we have no lead coefficient, this just ends up being negative 4 for our constant and then 1 for x squared, so x squared right there. Now we can factor this depressed polynomial to find the other factors. This is a difference of squares problem, so it factors to be x plus 2, x minus 2. And then, use whatever factoring method that you usually use, the x method or whatever. And that's what you'll end up with, x plus 2, x minus 2. All right, next one. Same thing. We actually are dividing by the same thing also, so I don't need to set it equal to 0 and everything. I just know that the corner value is going to be 2. The lead coefficients are 1, 4, negative 7, and negative 10. There's no terms that are skipped there. Underneath the constant value, we put a box for the remainder, and then we start the algorithm. So we drop down the first number. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. And sure enough, 10 minus 10 is 0. So we should have a remainder of 0 for these types of problems. This gives us a quadratic, 1x squared plus 6x plus 5. And then we can factor this, just using the x method. Numbers that multiply together to be positive 5 and add together to be a positive 6. Those two numbers are 1 and 5. So this factors to become x plus 1 and then x plus 5. And that's the other factors for this one. All right, that's it for numbers 15 and 16.